That's a keeper. That's a keeper smallmouth. We'll take that right there, son. Thank you, sir. I got snagged and popped it and came up here and smoked it. There we go. That's a keeper. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. We are out here on Barren River Lake. I've never been here before. It looks like there's two different tournaments out here. These boats are already stacked up like cordwood. I hear a bunch of guys moving. We are in mid to late spring. It's the beginning of April. We had a ton of rain earlier this week. It is cold this morning. I am buttoned up head to toe. It is not like it's going to be last tournament. Now next weekend, the second stop to Cedar City out here is going to be nice, but we're out here pre-fishing today. I've never been to this lake. We're going to run around. I brought a spare gas tank. We're going to burn all of it. I'm going to keep a lot of moving baits in my hand, I think. This is a big rock lake. I think it'll be good for cranking. I know there's going to be some muddy water, and honestly, with these bluebird skies and northeast wind today, I'm probably going to try to find some muddy water. I think I could probably get on some spinnerbait fish. And hell, who knows? I may even be able to get a glide bait bite going in the afternoon. So you guys stay with me and see if we can find a bass on a new lake. All right, that rain has really affected this lake. It's a lot of mud and silt bottom. I actually had to sit down and start idling to get back here to where I wanted to because the debris fields were so heavy. I think red and spinnerbait's gonna be the name of the game, but I'm actually looking for muddy water because a lot of times you can get back in these creeks after a big rain and everybody comes about halfway back and they're like, oh man, it's blown out, I'm gonna leave. Well, they were stacked up on that lower end like fucking cordwood, and I don't like fishing around people. So I'm gonna get back here in the back of this creek. A lot of this water seems to be settled, even though it's muddy, and a lot of times muddy water scares anglers, but I like it because honestly it makes it a lot easier to catch fish because they're gonna be hugged up nice and tight to that cover. So we're gonna tie on a spinnerbait and a little red crankbait, and we may not get a bite, but I see some bait busting here behind me as I work back. We've got a good choke point up here with some riprap, so see if we can catch a couple fish. I've already got one. Oh, damn, I'm fucking keeper. Up here. Well, I'm hoping it'll pull one of them up. You'd be surprised what'll come up off these stumps. Yeah. You caught anything? I've caught two on a square bill, and that was earlier. Then after that, it's about dead. So. We crappie fishing. We've not had no luck. Well, this is my first time up here, and the water changes so much from creek to creek. I'm having to change lures every time I move. Yeah, I know it. Yeah, different color everywhere you stop. Yeah, boy. Appreciate it, brother. You too. There is trash everywhere, and I am having the hardest time fishing. Holy shit, we found a bass. God, he's cold. We have found a bass. Yeah, well, then why are you up our ass about that? Bigger than that. It don't need to be bigger than that. Smallmouth. Almost keep. I don't know if that one's 18 inches or not. That is a nice smallmouth. We have finally. All right. Been tough with all the. I don't even know if he's 18 inches. Oh yeah, that's a keeper. That's a keeper smallmouth. We'll take that right there, son. Thank you, sir. I got snagged and popped it and came up here and smoked it. There we go. That's a keeper. You boys decide you want the fucking DT6, you want the DT6, don't you? Come back this way, baby. Come back this way. Oh, come here. Come here, come here. All right. Oh, yeah, that's a keeper. All right. Finally caught 2 keepers. Fat chunky guy. We'll take it. We'll take it.
Ooh, he got a red eye. More ran. Oh, he's pissing everywhere. Go for showers. Go big for showers. He's up here. They're feeding on ground.
All right, so tournament will be over by now, but here's the great thing about spring. I've been cussing all day, and I finally figured it out. And I'm cranking them up, and that's what we've caught all our fish on. Talked to a local that's bank fishing, and so I've got a pretty good backup plan for the tournament as well. And man, I know the tournament will be over, but when you come out here in spring and you can just crank, and they just load up, I don't care if it's a 1.5 pound, 3 pounder, 8 pounder, 9 3/4. I'm gonna do my best to catch them. So the clock is ticking. I'm about 1.5 hours away from home. I know I've got to get going sooner rather than later. But man, this is fun. So we're gonna keep trying to catch them. And who knows? I'm catching a bunch of males. I know there's big females around here. I may have to slow down for them. But if I can figure out where I'm gonna stop catching them, I can stay isolated in this creek, and I will spend all day picking it apart next weekend. So let's see what happens. All right, that is a wrap for the Barren River today. They made me work for them. Spent a bunch of the day trying to figure out what was going on. Started to get spun out. Finally found some productive water. As you can tell by the number of baits on my deck, I had a hard time figuring out what was going on. That DT6 finally started catching them. Had a really good conversation with a guy bank fishing. I've got an area of a creek that is going to be hard for a lot of bass boats to get to, so if I can get back in there and I can get some fish caught, I really think we can dial it in and get it figured out. Looking forward to the tournament. I don't think it's going to be very easy. We've got more rain coming next week, and there was floating debris everywhere. I have never seen a lake with so much shit on it. Apparently they're going to be holding it, so there's just going to be more. It's going to make cranking really tough, but it's one of those things that I'm just going to have to do it because we tried everything else, and that just seemed to be the most productive. So we'll see how it shakes out in another week, and here's fingers crossed to a warming trend, and maybe we can get them on a spinnerbait. We'll let you know how the tournament goes. I appreciate you guys watching.